Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care, and I am a colon hydrotherapist, and I practice the art of internal detoxification through the use of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And so today's Q&A is all about laxatives, the different types of laxatives that are available to you and I, how to use them, are they habit forming, and how often should you use an herbal laxative or laxatives in general. Okay, so there are three types of laxatives available to you and I. The first is bulking, the second is osmotic, and the third is herbal. So we're going to start with the first, which is a bulking agent or a bulking laxative. What does that mean and what does it look like? Basically, a bulking laxative is exactly what it says. It bulks in the colon as soon as you take it in. Some examples of a bulking laxative is psyllium hulls, cascara sagrada, herbs that literally bulk in nature. So if you were to take those laxatives and put it in a cup of water, if you let it sit for maybe about 2 minutes, it will swell and bulk and completely consume all the water that's in the body or in the cup. So when you turn it upside down, it's not going to move anywhere. So what's the problem or the challenge with taking in this type of laxative? The problem is that most people who take this type of laxative are already dehydrated. So bulking laxatives need water to be activated. If your body is already dehydrated and there's no water there, and you take in this bulking laxative, what's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen, and it's going to be just a standstill, literally, in your colon. And so most people will say, oh, I took this laxative, it didn't work. Let me go ahead and take more of it, without understanding the chemistry on how it's working internally. And or that person may reach for maybe more acid, like a coffee or soda or something like that, without realizing that they already took this laxative that needs water to be stimulated. Now you've created this hot, sticky mess internally, and now we have a whole nother issue on our hands, which is so bad and terrible. Most of my clients come in with that issue. The second type of laxative is called osmotic laxative. What does that mean? So an osmotic laxative is a laxative that you take in that will actually take water from your body, flush it into the colon to create that, I guess you can say a fake, like stimulus. It's forcing everything into the colon to get it out, almost like a diarrhea effect. What's the problem with that? The problem and the challenge with that is that most people, again, are dehydrated, so it's not going to work. Where are the laxatives getting the water from? If there's no water in the colon already, i.e. constipation, that's the definition of constipation, is the absence of water, then the laxative is going to start pulling from your joints. It's going to start pulling from your muscles. It's going to start pulling from your uterus. It's going to start pulling from your skin and your hair. Now we have a whole nother challenge on our hand outside of the laxative in your colon. Most of these type of laxatives come from a doctor, like a Miralax, things like that, over-the-counter medications from like Rite Aid or a grocery store. They're pretty much just like superficial irritants, literally, which don't work in the end. The third type of laxative is a herbal laxative. Most herbal laxatives are a combination of herbs, bulking, and osmotic pushed all together, mainly because all three work very, very well in the colon, along with education on how to use it. So before I give a client, and I always give clients herbal laxatives, before I give them an herbal laxative, I have them go through a 5-day hydration period where we take away and omit any foods that are very acidic in nature, like caffeine, dairy, a high intake of meat and bread. And we replace that with foods that are the color of the rainbow, that are very green in nature, like chlorophyll, aloe vera, water, fresh pressed juices, a lot of salads, beets, things like that. We try to do a 5-day setup plan so that when you start taking the herbal laxative, things are already moving for at least 3 to 4 days if a person is dehydrated. If a person is severely dehydrated, then I have them do a whole nother program prior to them taking a laxative. Now, the first 2 laxatives, which are osmotic and bulking, they can become habit forming because the client never shifted their day-to-day lifestyle. So they're still eating the same way. They're still taking in a very low intake of liquids, and they never really shifted, but they continue to take the laxatives with the idea that it's working. But actually, you're doing the internal atmosphere like this. You're creating friction, and it's just going to end up very bad in the end. Like ulcers, diverticulitis, colitis, inflammation in the colon. Those are the reasons why those diseases pop up. It's because of the long-term irritation from not changing your diet, little to no water, and then taking either a bulking or osmotic laxative. Now, with herbs, herbs are food. Herbs grow from the dirt, so you can eat a whole bottle of herbs and be perfectly okay. You can't do that with a prescription drug or an osmotic laxative or a bulking laxative. You will literally hit the floor and then end up in the hospital in the next hour or so. Yes? So my recommendation to you, if you need to use a laxative, you want to use an herbal laxative, which is most likely a combination of all 3 laxatives put together. If you're not sure if you're using an herbal laxative, I'm always available. Give me a call. Let me know, and I would love to be of service to you and help you out. My contact information where you can reach me is 562-682-0818, and my business is Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy. Please visit my website at Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com, and you can also find me on Facebook under the same name. Until then, thank you. Peace.